Hi everybody, today we are going to be talking about cohabitation and why it's best to avoid putting more than one bearded dragon in the same enclosure. So this right here is Lieutenant Dan. I know, name sounds funny, uh, but this sweet baby did one time get attacked. And if you look at him, he is missing his feet and tail. So when he walks, he has a little bit of a harder time because it's shorter and you don't have something flat to kind of move on. So he's basically walking on that. So we offer him something pretty soft, like substrate, loose substrate, to kind of walk on those like joints and that all that. So he's on loose substrate, but when you put their dragons together, it's very, very, very difficult, especially still, even if you know what you're doing. A lot of breeders, they have their babies together for a little while, and they start splitting them up, which is usually what happens, and then they start getting territorial. It can happen at any age, but if you offer enough food, it can be more helpful, but no, this is not telling you to go out and put your dragons together, because I definitely don't recommend it because of situations like this. Bearded dragons are solitary, and they are known to fight at any given time. If they feel like they're defensive, fighting after food, they will and can attack. So that is something that is a good thing to keep in mind. Um, no matter the age, gender, size, if they're related, keeping them together can result in this. Um, it's just never worth the risk. I've known for some breeders to put, females together in huge enclosures. Especially for experienced keepers, I wouldn't recommend. Don't do it myself. All of our adult dragons are each in a 4x2x2 enclosure, by themselves. I really myself, I don't feel comfortable putting any of my dragons together. It don't provide them any benefit. It's something that they don't really need. They don't look at them like, oh, there's my friend or my buddy. No, that makes them a little bit more alert. Like, this is my food. This is my lighting. So when you go in stores and you see them together on top of each other, it may look cute. It may look like they're cuddling. At one point, I did think that's what was going on. It's not. The top one is stealing the resources from the bottom one. So, like the UVB and the heat, laying on top to basically say, hey, no, this is mine. And a lot of times if you see bearded dragons flatten out and turn on their sides, they're protecting themselves. And it's a defensive movement that they're trying to look tougher. So they flatten out their scales, pull their beard out to look tough. Then sometimes it can result in a black beard, which is another way. There's different ways for that, but it's another way you can, they're doing all that together. Their tail will wag a little bit, not really like a dog, but it will kind of, go in like that. That's usually a sign where it's pretty serious and it's about to get ugly. So, they are, like I was telling you, they are solitary. So in the wild, they may even fight, really end each other, to put it the best way. But in the wild, they have so much room they can run around, and they can, run away from each other and get so far. When you put them in the tank together, it's really hard for them to get away from each other, even if you have a lot of room. They can easily chase each other from one end to another. So it's very, very crucial. But this can end up in, they can go after the eyes, and cause, an eye to be removed, or it can cause them just not to see. And then when bearded dragons, can't see out of an eye, sometimes they can mess up their depth perception. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Also, they can lose body parts like him, missing his leg, both his feet right here. So he has to walk on it. And then, missing his tail, which tail helps with balance. So that's another harder thing for him. So I always keep him secure. We did just wake up. He did, really. So he's kind of like, eh. But when we got him, just like this, dehydrated. malnourished a little bit. But we're getting them up there. The person who brought them to us, you know, said that he knows this is due to cohabbing for sure. But don't know the age on this one, so we named him. It's a male. We named him Lieutenant Dan. And he's a very special guy. He needs, you know, to be watched. That way, make sure he's doing okay. Look, he's starting to be lively. See, yeah, this is what happens when you can put bearded dragons together. We get into fights, and then we just don't, you know, do so well. But yeah, we're working on him. We also gotta do his nails too. We didn't get him too long ago, so we're still working on him, getting his UVB, getting him his protein and vitamins, calcium that he could have been lacking. But this is one of many. Happens to a lot of different species that are known to be solitary. It's just not something really you want to risk it. I will tell you, I knew someone that had 2 female bearded dragons together for at least about 3 years. One day, all of a sudden, they just started fighting, and they killed each other. So they both pretty much died. Really bad injuries and infection and stuff like that. That's usually what happens. But yeah, they did die. They did, you know, mess each other up pretty bad. So it does happen. Even if you think, you know, oh, they've been together fine for years, that it does not happen. It does happen. And when it does happen, it's pretty bad. So you're basically either going to spend money on getting them put down, or they're already being put down, or spend money on trying to fix their injuries, which is not worth it anyways. So it is best for them to, you know, be by themselves. You would think, oh, well, I wouldn't want to be by myself. I'd want a friend with me. That's how I am. I mean, but we're not solitary. We're definitely not solitary. These guys are. In the wild, their instinct is to hunt. Go around, hunt, take care of yourself, pretty much. So that's what's in their instinct. That's just how they are. So yeah, it does unfortunately result in permanent damage. He will never grow feet back. He will never grow his tail back. Bearded dragons do not do that. So when he walks, he, you know, gotta put a lot more pushing on it because he don't have them feet to kind of help. So he's gotta use that to kind of, you know, and the reason why I use loose substrate for him is to help him on, you know, help him with this. And that way he's not stepping on something super hard. You don't have feet, nothing really to, you know, to press on. But yeah, I hope this does help. I know, you know, some people still will be like, oh, well, mine are fine. I mean, everybody's free to do their own thing. I am here to help spread awareness on what can happen when you do have bearded dragons together. This does happen. It does, and it's very, very common. We do get a lot of rescues with that. But anyways, this is my video on cohabbing. I do hope this has helped anybody understand why they shouldn't be put together. But yeah, Lieutenant Dan says, please don't put me with another one, okay? Don't do it, guys, or you'll be in my situation or worse. Okay. Well, you guys have a great day. Like and subscribe to my videos, my YouTube. I'm going to post a lot more videos, so I'm really excited about that. And we will see you guys next time.